Coming to you live from the Now Media Newsroom.
I'm Jim Check. You're watching Now Media with me, Sharon Simpson. And you wrote in an op-ed. We put that on Kelowna Now already. And then I asked you if you want to do an interview, and you said, yeah, I'm mad as hell, so.
Mad as hell, Jim. Somebody's got to say something about this deal that the mayor has made to, in my view, bail out a developer who can't get rid of his property and needs the money.
Yeah, we'll give some background. So Westcorp has purchased that property quite a while ago, and then they tried to even get some of the Simpson properties too.
This goes back way back, right? 25 years.
Yeah, let's give some history. Share us a little bit of that history.
Yeah, in the early 2000s, Westcorp came with a development called Lawson's Landing, and there were 5 towers at the foot of Queensway.
Can you put up that other map, Nick, when we're talking?
But to see this through, they needed about a third of what is now Stewart Park,
right?
Which was covered by the Simpson Covenant, which is what started that whole issue and court case. So Westcorp has been around in downtown Kelowna for about 25 years. And
in that piece we're talking about development, if we look at the map there, you can see the Stewart Park there right in front of the marina there, the green piece kind of thing, right? That's Stewart Park. And then next to it, that's kind of like the Westcorp piece that goes right into the water there, right?
Yeah, and so
Carey Park is included in that.
Carey Park is included in that, and then of course the wharf going out and so forth, which is all very nice. Don't have a problem with that. But I don't see that the city should be in the hotel business, and they have bought the property that was for the hotel, and they have gone out to some financial organization to market it. And I don't think that's
Avington Financial Limited, right? That's a strategic advisor in hospitality and real estate that they say. The Westcorp had, put development permits forward 2018, 2020, 2022, and these permits were to build that hotel. That's 33-story hotel. And can you put up that image of what this hotel is supposed to look like? Yeah, so that was kind of the vision for this hotel there at the foot of Bernard.
Yeah.
And it
kept changing. The restaurant was on the 17th floor.
Promenade and all these kind of things,
the 5th or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we kept. The city has been intrigued and fascinated by this developer who has a really good marketing department and has sold them on this hotel. But now it doesn't seem to be flying, and the city has rescued them.
Yeah, because things changed in the market as well. I guess everything was kind of flying off the shelf there. Developments would sell out in hours, and that included things like Caban and the phase 1 of Aqua, Brooklyn, all these things were going like crazy. Then the Airbnb speculation tax came in and basically just ground investment capital, like a lot of these are investments, and Westcorp would have been a big part of that because these were partially hotel, partially strata units as well. So and very expensive too.
This is going back almost 25 years.
Yeah, no, I mean just slow to get it off the ground, right? And missed the opportunity, I guess.
The court case which definitively stopped that was 2008.
Yeah.
So then they pivoted
and changed it to this plan right here.
To this plan. So 2008 to 2025. We have been talking about the hotel there. And obviously there was not deep enough pockets in the first place or not enough outside interest to sustain it.
Yeah, I know they almost got it off the ground once. They were starting to do some stuff, but I think that the pricing on this thing was really high, right? And then the market started to turn a bit too, and I just don't think the
market's probably turned 2 or 3 times since this got off the ground.
That's right, because we did do that cycle in 08 as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So this is an old story, and for some reason this time the city felt the need to buy the property from them. And I don't think in this city or any city that the community should be in the hotel business. And if this is a very high-end or productive financial company, why didn't Westcor get them involved?
I have to wonder because if you look at Kelowna properties, waterfront, it's a pretty prime piece. So there must be other reasons that maybe they had to do something. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it seems like if you're a developer that you can kind of ride out cycles. That's kind of like the nature of most developers.
Deep enough pockets,
if you have deep enough pockets, you can ride out cycles because. There probably isn't a better piece of property, like right downtown, kind of like right on the waterfront.
My contention, Jim, is it's now back in the public realm.
Yeah.
It's
now owned by the city, right?
Now owned by the city,
That's
owned
right.
by the taxpayers.
Yeah.
Do all the taxpayers collectively want a luxury hotel?
Well, you know what? This could be a decision that's made on the next election, which is coming up. Right?
Yeah, it is coming up. And yes, it will be made in the next election.
Within a year.
Yes, it is within a year.
So this likely will be one of the things on the ballot. I would
hope
believe.
So.
Well, I would think it's a big deal because again, it is a big piece of property.
It's not a huge piece of property.
No, sorry. I mean big in the development world,
right?
It
is significant. And if it's that significant, why is it not being picked up by Kelowna to develop and utilize for the community?
Yeah.
I mean, we have got this community, short on resources and facilities. Why are we not using this marvelous piece of property?
Yeah, and back to the Simpson covenant, because that's obviously your family's involved with that. They sounded like they wanted to make this massive development there, and they wanted a piece of that Stewart Park to make this massive development.
It was about a third. And the way I would measure it is sort of from Queensway to the door of the city council chambers. Oh, yeah. That was sort of the part
you can kind of envision that on the map
for
there, right?
one of those
towers.
One of those towers. Yeah. And with the mayor's job was to get the approval of the Simpson family. And then a subsequent mayor just got fed up, I guess, with that lengthy process because they weren't very good salespeople. We didn't buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, we really had there's nobody in the family alive today who made that original decision, the original deal. We had no legal right to say yes or no. So it was
this goes back to the covenant then, right?
Yeah, the covenant, yeah. I mean, it's...
And then that was the legal challenge then, right? Is it valid or not valid?
Yes.
And it turns out it was.
It is now called a deed of gift rather than a covenant, but the terms of the deed of gift are exactly the terms of the covenant. So it is a piece of property, 11 plus acres, that is held in public trust for the use of the community. Yeah. So, but that was what triggered all of this. That was Westcor's initial contact in the community. Triggered the court battle over the covenant.
So now they've made the deal, and I didn't hear much about the deal until the deal's done.
The deal's done, and I find it quite interesting that the deal's done, and it's a municipal finance authority that they've got their money from, and I gather there's a break in interest, but the municipal finance authority it's just a municipal bank. Yeah. When I was in public office, I was one of the directors on this. And what they do is they aggregate the debt demands of various communities and go to the market. So if the community needs $20 million or $10 million, they aggregate all these things and go to the market with a bigger product and hopefully get a reduced interest rate as a result. It does. I mean, it was what I read was that we've got this financing from the Municipal Finance Authority, which is supposed to justify it.
Well, there's a carry cost for sure, right? That's the interest rate.
There's interest on this.
Yeah, there's a carry cost.
Of course, and it may be, half a percentage point less than if the Bank of Montreal did it or something like that. It is a bank.
Yeah, no.
And they have borrowed money and they will pay interest on it. Yeah. So we will pay interest on it. We, the taxpayers, will pay interest on it.
What do you want to see done?
I want this to become a public discussion. And now that that land is back in the public realm, it's owned by the city.
Yeah.
I'd like the city to decide what they want to do with it. The city being the community, the taxpayers, the residents of the community.
Because this deal was done kind of done and then presented. It wasn't like, hey, should we buy it?
No, but I understand that you can't discuss your real estate deals in public beforehand. But it was simply presented as that I don't know who made this decision. I have no idea who made this. City Council is silent. Have they been muzzled? Why aren't they speaking out? Do all of them agree and think this is a wonderful deal? Where are they? They're supposed to be independent voices in there, Jim. They're not. Nobody's speaking out. So
well, I invite any one of them if they want to come on, but it's been crickets for a while.
Yep.
Yeah. I get more like provincial MLAs now than I do city people.
Well,
although I do have Doug Gilchrist coming in next week, to be fair.
And he's not he's a city person, but he's behind us.
And I've had the mayor just, I think, a couple of weeks ago. But other than that, like the councillors have been kind of like, are they still there?
I don't think so. I think they probably just don't bother going. They can't say anything anyway.
Well, maybe we should ask them. Are you there, Mohini? Are you there?
Are you there? They're supposed to be independent voices. The mayor has one vote. There are 9 votes to be collected. All of them agree with this. And if Ron Cannon never agrees with any expenditure. Ron Cannon is silent. Loyal doesn't necessarily agree with everything. He is silent.
So you're going to run again? You've been in that chair.
Sure. Not on your life. Been there, done that.
Well, maybe you should run for the big seat.
I've been there, done that one too, and I didn't win that. No, I'm not going back into public office. You know, am I going to sue somebody? No, I'm not going to sue anybody.
You're going to run my campaign or what?
Oh yeah, I'll run your campaign. This is just it rings of entitlement. It's patronizing. I have made the decision, and I was entitled to make the decision. I don't think the mayor was entitled to make this decision. All I can do, we have so steadfastly avoided going to referendum, this community. We do the reverse process, which is pretty useless.
We're talking about Parkinson Rec now, kind of thing, yeah.
And so you can make massive expenditures, but you need 10% of the population to turn it down. They didn't even ask for a reverse referendum on this one. It was simply done, and it is patronizing. It is a profound sense of entitlement. And I think it's profoundly wrong.
What do you want to see there? Like if you were back in the driver's seat, what would you pitch to the community?
I would do a lot of talking with the community and look at different options. I mean, we are operating in the Kelowna Community Theatre out of a 62-year-old building.
There is something going on there, though. There is a committee that's struck, and they're supposedly they're going to keep that one, and they're looking for an alternative place. And this could be a future home for it, I guess.
So perfect, Jim.
However,
I say I think it would be a perfect place for it. It's down in the core. It's an important piece of property. But I mean, I'd want to hear from everybody. We've got the university down there. What can we do in conjunction with the university? What can we do for the cultural facilities?
Because there is that big development too in the old Tokol property as well, right? That's kind of like, I don't know, not sure. I haven't heard much on that one recently. That's kind of gone dead too. Again, the investment capital in BC and in Canada is kind of dried up right now. They need to find some certainty, right, for sure?
But I don't think the local people are in a rush.
No, I'm just saying that's going to happen.
Not losing
but
value.
no, that is like. But I'm just saying from there now, all the way down, like past even the city park, it's starting to look like a really beautiful kind of waterfront, right? And Stewart Park has got to be one of the gems of Kelowna too.
There's no question. But think of some architecturally stunning piece of a building there, and if you brought the arts community into this, I mean, Kelowna has no significant architectural features. Nothing.
It lacks for sure, like the downtown core. Although you could argue that the mission groups, what's it called, Bernard on the Block, I think it is. Bertram on the Block or something like that. That has a little bit of flair, like a little bit of flair.
I mean, I'm thinking, I hesitate to say this because it sounds presumptuous. Look at what the Sydney Opera House in Australia. I mean, it is a landmark.
Signature piece for the world, right? Yeah.
We have no signature architecture in the city. UBC Tower, UBCO Tower, I don't know.
That's going to be straight up kind of thing.
Straight up. Yeah. I mean, it's straight up, isn't it? A bit, but there's an opportunity here.
Can you put up that image again, Nick?
It is a magnificent opportunity. Whether we have the courage or the will to do something with it, I don't know, Jim. I don't think that. I think the bottom line is this has all happened and been dropped on our lap as a done deal, with no communication at all with the city. No, there's no. We're thinking about doing. Here's an opportunity for us. Now we have the land back at our property. What could we possibly use it for? There's none of that. It is a done deal, and I've made this decision for you. And well, I guess I'm entitled to do that. I don't know.
Here's my promise to you. I will, after this, have Doug Gilchrist next week, the city manager. I'll ask him about it. But I'm also going to reach out to all the city councilors and ask them if they would like to come in for an interview. See which ones show up. How's that? And then the mayor as well, too, right? Not together, but individually. See if they can speak individually.
But, Jim, ask other people in the community. I mean, people who are active in the community. Ask them. I mean, we need a conversation. You're in an opportunistic place to do that. Ask people what they want. Do we all want a luxury hotel that maybe we'll go into? I don't know. We probably all won't stay in the hotel.
Well, we probably couldn't afford that hotel.
We cannot afford it.
Right?
Can we afford the restaurant? Probably a few of us, maybe. But there needs to be a community discussion about this.
Well, it is a community property now, so that in itself behooves a discussion, right? Because now it's city property, which is our property, right?
And we need leadership. I pass it over to you.
Yeah, so we'll ask questions because I think this is a great opportunity, and I know Doug Gilchrist was instrumental in the rail trail, and I think that was a good buy for the city of Kelowna for when they purchased that rail trail. I think that is beneficial.
I have no argument with that, none. I have a very significant argument with this. I think that it's totally inappropriate.
Well, we'll see who wants to take credit for it, and then we can ask tougher questions. Right?
Well, as I said in my the piece that I wrote, that we will be carrying this debt long after Mayor Dias is no longer in the office.
You know something I don't?
No, nothing. I just know that is an enormous amount.
It is a lot of debt for sure. It'll be a ways, unless it's sold, right? Like they've employed, I don't know what, and I guess the question to ask too, are we paying Abington Financial, or are they getting a cut? Are they depending on how the deal's structured, is it a like pay every year, or is it just like a percentage of the deal?
They're not doing this, Jim, out of the goodness of their hearts. They will pay a percentage, the city will pay a percentage of some kind of deal with them.
Well, it won't be free, but it's how they're getting paid, I guess, is the question, which I'll ask.
They'll get paid a percentage of whoever they think is going to.
And they're going to continue
in such an uncertain world. Yeah. I mean, not just Kelowna on a downturn. No. Look at Canada.
Yeah, no,
look
it's happening.
The uncertainty everywhere. Yeah. Who in their right mind would say, oh yes, we want a luxury hotel in Kelowna now.
People are sitting on even home purchasing in Canada. Right?
Absolutely.
They're sitting on, you know what I mean? They're just, is now the time, because it's not, you know, that we're kind of this, the mindset is more scarcity than it is abundance,
absolutely.
right? And I think that is a mindset that is in Canada right now. It's scarcity, right? So.
And as a community, we are too. We have major problems in this, of affordability in this community. We have major infrastructure problems. I mean, drive down Lakeshore Road at rush hour. I mean, why would you bother? You may as well park your car and wait. We have infrastructure issues. We have affordability issues. We have homeless issues. We have mental health issues. How big is our priority to spend $27 million?
There's a lot of pots on the stove. There's a lot of pots on the stove. And I would say, like, in the past, and I'm not even going to blame the Liberals and the NDP, I'm going to say that in the world, the Democrats and everything, the last 10 years, for some reason, there's been this policy of scarcity and crisis, right? Like, like
uncertainty and the markets.
But I'm talking about taking advantage of crisis to take more power. And then scarcity, always telling people that everything is scarce, And then you keep drilling that into people's heads, and finally it sets in. And then then they sit on their hands, and then they're just like, why aren't you investing? Just look what you've been telling me for the last 10 years.
And you know, I think people are also waiting for the stock market to correct itself. And so yes, the scarcity, and markets, doesn't matter whether it's property markets or financial markets, all hate uncertainty. And that is
capital loves certainty, right? I mean, capital is tough to get people to part with money. Just think of that, just even down to the family level. Like if you're in that scarcity mindset, you don't go and buy stuff that you don't need right now.
Or luxury hotels.
Or anything, right? So, so I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I do know that it is one of the cornerstone pieces for Kelowna, obviously, right at the foot of Bernard. And
why don't we celebrate something for the citizens of Kelowna? That's really where I would be coming from. I mean, this is our piece of property. Why don't we build something for us that we could use to benefit the whole community?
I think a lot of Kelowna property owners, a lot of people in Kelowna would like Vancouver. I don't know if this is going to stick, but I mean, they're talking about 0% tax increase. Maybe they need to stop sticking their hands in people's pockets all the time, because they just think it's 3% every year, right?
Community that the tax increases over the last 10 years have been far in excess of the cost of living.
That's what I mean, but they just think they're entitled to the 3% every year. Just it's 3 or it's 4, it's 3 or it's 4. Just like it's a given, right? But you add those up, and those get really high.
And they compound themselves.
And if you take a look at what people's wages have been doing over that same time period, they have not kept up with all of
that. And a luxury hotel, quite frankly, with taxpayers' money, doesn't really fit very well with that.
I guess it doesn't say right now they bought the land. It doesn't say that they're going to get into the hotel business. It says they're looking for a buyer. So we'll see, right? Because I think it would be a mistake for them to get involved in a hotel business.
But the buyer's instructions are to find a hotel operator, builder to come in here. So, I mean, it's pretty direct.
Well, we'll see, right? We'll ask that question, right? Is it a private-public partnership, like the ring?
I don't care. The city shouldn't be in a partnership with a hotel dealer. No, that's not what their mandate is. So I look to you to stir it up and get everybody in here.
I'll do what I can. How's that?
Perfect. I love it. Yeah.
And I love it when you come in too. That's great. You should come in more often.
Well, I know there's people out there who would wish I'd shut up or disappear.
Not me.
But if you have a voice, you should use it.
I would say that to everybody. Everybody deserves a voice.
Has a voice. Use it. Express yourself. If people want to write comments about me, go ahead. I don't read them, so I don't really care what people say at this point.
Here's the key thing that's coming up. An election's coming up here next October. And I guarantee you all the politicians want to talk to me in the next little while.
Well, they can start now.
They can start
and they
now,
can
right?
express
But what
their-
they should do is talk all the time.
all
right?
the time.
See what I mean? All the time, right? Not just when they need to get elected.
The councillors need to have the courage to tell the mayor that it's not his job to tell them not to talk, if that in fact is what he's doing. They need to speak out. You know,
Yeah.
I
Your vote means everything, and I think that's the thing. Whether that's municipality, federally,
Federal,
provincially, all those things matter. And you know, like the people out there that say it doesn't matter. Your
It
vote
does matter.
matters so
And
much, right?
and your voice matters.
And look at how
really.
slim the BC government is hanging on by a thread.
I know.
The federal government is hanging on by a thread. You know, all these things
All
are
these
just
things.
slim margins, right? Slim margins.
You know, and I at least have the benefit of having been there. I don't remember ever being told as a councillor not to speak.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, there's no parties in local politics.
There's no party in local politics. So if councillors are told not to speak, somebody's telling them not to speak. But we were never told not to speak. We had the freedom to express.
Do you think part of that is they've come up with these code of ethics and stuff like that, and then so everybody's just scared to go outside these, you know, because they've you don't think that's part of it?
No, I don't.
No, but I'm just saying, as it goes along, there's another rule, another rule, another rule, and they're just like, I don't even want to take a risk anymore.
So what's the risk?
I don't know. I don't know.
So
what the risk
is the risk?
If I was there, I'd be tough to shut me up, tough to shut you up, right?
If you mess it up entirely, you apologize and rectify. I don't know. What is the risk in
if you're always doing something that you believe in and that you believe is in the best interest of the community?
Yes.
Should be okay. You may be wrong sometimes, but it should be okay.
You may be wrong.
Yeah.
And I may be totally wrong in this.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I still have an opinion, and you don't have to agree with me. I have a voice. I need to use it because I care passionately about this community, and I'm really troubled by what I see happening. And I have very deep roots in here. So one of the things, and someone just commented, and this is true, and I've heard people say that. Some people have said that they almost lost their job for liking one of my LinkedIn posts. And this cancel culture is there's like this group that just go after you. And I think people need to get past it and just, like, if you believe in what you're doing, it may not be popular. I'm not running for any office.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, one of my favorite politicians, it was, was Jean Chrétien, because he said, I got to interview him, and he said, I let my MPs speak because, if they made a mess, that's their problem.
Their problem.
Not my problem, right?
And if the city councillors do not speak, we have no idea what they're thinking, and whether they're thinking like we're thinking, or if we have no idea. They don't have there's no voice and there's no face. Where are they?
I don't know. We're going to find out, I guess.
So maybe we'll find out. Cancel culture is I don't care. Yeah. So
I get called lots of names, so it's it's very usual. Like, you know what I mean? I some people have told me, like, don't go on certain areas because you're not going to like what you see, and I'm just like, well, okay.
And as I say, I don't look at the comment section anyway.
Because my goal in everything that I do is try to make a better Canada for everybody, right? You know what I mean? I believe in that,
I want a better Kelowna for everybody. Yeah. And this is part of what this is what I'm saying.
You care. You could just take it easy, just sit on the couch and watch Netflix, right?
Oh, shoot me. Not literally, but
yeah, be careful these days.
Yeah, I got to be careful. It's so important we have the courage to speak out and say what we need to say. And our city council, and I know all of them, of course.
And they know you.
And they know me, yeah. I am profoundly disappointed that they are silent on this. And if that's how they keep their job, they're employed by the community.
They're employed by you and me and
Yeah, they
everybody
are.
else, right?
They
They're not
are.
employed
They're not
by
talking
they're
to
not
us.
employed by the city manager or the mayor
or whoever. They're
whoever. They're
employed by
employed by
us.
us. Yeah.
So
Their contract's coming up.
It is definitely coming up. Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, I do thank you for your time as always,
pleasure,
and I
Jim.
think this is our second interview, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be a third and a fourth and a fifth, right?
Anytime. It's always fun to have a chat. So thank you.
All right, and we do thank you for watching Now Media.
We don't just report the news, we live here too. We're your neighbors, bringing you stories that matter to all of us. No government funding, no outside influence. Kelowna Now, local, independent. News you can trust.